I'm bugging out. I'm bugging out, bugging out. I'm bugging out. I'm bugging out, bugging out. I'm bugging out, bugging out. I'm bugging out, bugging out. I'm bugging out. Yeah. Go sit tight for the EP. Sit tight for the EP. Go sit tight for the EP. Sit tight for the EP. Don't sleep, catch no Z's like Jay. Childish, but I be no play. But I be no K with the C, no bass. Trying to get those views, but I feel no ways. Huh? Get it, dog. Get it, dog. I ain't gonna wait for the remix, dog. To go off, let it fall. Feel so sick when it's switch flicked on. Oh, it's wrong. Oh, it's wrong to kill that beat on an innocent song. But I ain't sorry.
Boy, you ain't sorry.
Ball so hard like cow. Heart pitter run a pattern, make it feel in the bladder. Cause I ain't nobody better, so we'll bring it like a Saturn like that. Quit saying that I rap too fast like that. Canada gun laws, but I might just pack. You say that I rap like cat in a hat. I sat and I laughed like a matter of fact. I don't make no green eggs and ham, but I'll take that green in advance. I got all my peas in one can. Too much seasoning on this pan. Go sit tight for the EP. Sit tight for the EP. Go sit tight for the EP. Sit tight for the EP. Don't sleep, catch no Z's like Jay. Childish, but I be no play. But I be no K with the C, no bass. Trying to get those views, but I feel no ways. Huh? Split cheese, cow, acrobatic breed. Trending summer salted beef. I'm the Buggie, rhyming chief. A suggestion, the best thing. Not much time for the resting, but I'm investing. All am I getting? Safe to say it's a safe it's keepting. Lot of y'all guessing and no forgetting. People that beat, please keep it all indexing. Get that boy a shirt, please keep all of your breasting. We just grand assault, man. A suggestion. Out of my time, out of my league. If you out of your sign, then you in my team. Keep it on lock, Alicia Keys. If you know about the birds, why you chilling with the bees? Go with the flow. Hope y'all know. Make that bread like rodent dough. Make it disappear like hocus pocus. And peel myself that is toe to toe. And the money don't matter, but I want the whole platter when the pockets get fatter. Cause I'd rather come the ladder of success. But did you guess that I resurrect from the mess? Ace the test and beat the rest. Keep them in check, I'm the king with the chess. Go sit tight for the EP. Sit tight for the EP. Go sit tight for the EP. Sit tight for the EP. Don't sleep, catch no Z's like Jay. Childish, but I be no play. But I be no K with the C, no bass. Trying to get those views, but I feel no ways. Huh? I'm bugging out. I'm gon' win without a doubt. How to go and shout it loud, so I'm accountable for now. Man down, no discussion. 14 songs and ain't no cussing. I said, do you need a husband? She said, boy, you bugging. Sit tight for the EP, get them heebie-jeebies. When they hear me, compete. You can beat me, you can reach me, you can cancel me, but do not delete me. MC manager projects up on the TV. It was easy, SMZZs in my sleep. Please don't deceive, just believe in the rap, Mike Jack on the beat. Hee. You down in the rank, accepted. Your numbers tank, septic. They put me in the room with the best of the bestest. I was alone in that room, it was hectic. Got the shalom and the peace and the blessing. If you roll with the sheep, need a lesson. We are prone to compete, you alone with defeat. This my home and the keys are protected. Nigga. Go sit tight for the EP. Sit tight for the EP. Go sit tight for the EP. Sit tight for the EP. Don't sleep, catch no Z's like Jay. Childish, but I be no play. But I be no K with the C, no bass. Trying to get those views, but I feel no ways.
Heart better run a pattern, make it feel in the bladder. Cause I ain't nobody better, so we'll bring it like a Saturn like that.
I'm bugging out. I'm bugging out. Bugging out. I'm 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 bugging out.
There we go. Hey.
How you doing, man? Look at that shirt.
Good.
Digging the barrel, man.
Represent.
What up, Osay?
Gang, gang. I wish I could
Yeah,
see
yeah.
everything, but yeah, we in it. No, I agree. And first of all, thank you guys so much for all the love. Like, y'all are just fantastic. I really, really do appreciate just everything you guys have done in terms of supporting me and just a lot of independent artists on their grind. So y'all are the goats.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Let's get Hiway up in here now. If you haven't heard Hiway, man, this guy is dope. Like,
Oh, Hiway.
Was good. I finally figured it out.
yeah. So Buggie and Osay, Buggie's been fucking with us for about 6 months. So he was the reason pretty much why we started. I saw his. I was going through Spotify. He popped up on my Discover Weekly. I was like, damn, this dude's dope. He had a song with Dizzy Wright. So like I looked in his about section, saw his email, and I was just, we're just fans. Me and Chris just shared music back and forth. So I'm like, dude, this guy's got his email. I've been wanting to do a blog. Let's email this dude. So I emailed him, and that's where it all started. We just started kind of like what we did with you and Osay. You three guys are probably the coolest that we've talked to, the character wise and just straight up. Yeah, we'll talk to you. So that's why we want to bring you three on with Jon for the first one. But yeah, like I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good show. But yeah, Buggie's pretty much the reason why we started, and he's been fucking with. We probably talk to him every day now. Osay, we found you like a month or two ago on Instagram. And then right when we found Osay, we found you about the same time. We just reached out to you and you responded. So that's basically what we do. We reach out and people respond. We're gonna support them if they're cool. We'll do what we do. Take a little bit. But oh man, it's Jon.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? How's everybody?
Oh
man.
man,
What's up? Pleasure to meet everybody.
it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Sorry we took a little bit. We were all just I kind of invited them one by one to kind of explain what was going on until we got to you. But yeah, this is the group, man. You got myself. I'm Corey. I go by Hoosier on the site. There's my boy Marshall over there, and we're the two founders of Lyrically Rap. You got Buggie, you got Hiway, and you got Osay. You know, these are three probably the coolest people that we've interviewed since we've started, and we wanted to kind of bring them into this roundtable discussion that we've been trying to do. It's the first time we've done this, and we really want to thank you for coming on with us because, man, that means the world to us.
Oh, that's all love, man. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Yeah, this is gonna be dope.
I just want to say thank you all for joining in on this. This is honestly, it's kind of a dream come true for us here, dude. We're super stoked about this, and this is gonna be fucking dope.
That's what's up, man. Much appreciated, man. Like for reaching out, man. Like, a lot of people want, to reach out and artists to pay them to get on their platforms that they're still building. But you guys reached out, and that means a lot,
Yeah. Oh no, man, we appreciate y'all. Chris, you can open the show if you want, and then we'll just start from the questions there.
All right, so welcome everybody to the 5th episode of the Lyrically Rap podcast. It's the first time that we're doing this roundtable discussion. We've got some great artists with us. We got Buggie Bars, the OG of Lyrically Rap, supporting that drip. I appreciate that. We got Hiway, been in the game for a long time. We got Osay, she's dope as shit. And then we got the legend Jon Connor with us. So why don't y'all just go around, introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah. All right. So I go by Buggie, aka Buggie Bars. I started putting out music beginning of 2020. I got 7 tracks out with 7 music videos. I got an EP dropping in March, and I got an R&B music video, my first R&B song, music video dropping on Valentine's Day. And yeah, man, I like to rap. I do the lyrically rap. I do the speed rap. I slow it down to the R&B, and I'm just a big fan of hip hop.
And he can sing.
This dude can't sing for real.
He can sing.
Respect. Hey everybody. I'm
here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut anybody.
No, I said you were
you good.
But hey everyone, I'm Osay. I'm a singer rapper from the south suburbs of Chicago. Now I'm in Atlanta, and I've been into rapping since the first time I heard "Hypnotized" by Buggie. I was like, "Oh snaps, you can rap like that!" And from then on, I've just always been enamored by especially lyric-based rapping. People like Eminem, Biggie, Lauryn Hill are some of the people who inspired me. And my musical journey is very different. I started off kind of ghostwriting for other rappers for a little bit of time. And then I moved to Atlanta where I had an opportunity to work in a really big studio and kind of be so close, but yet so far from my dream. And it was something that really kind of inspired me to want to do more in regards to, music and my own artistry. So from then on, I kind of put, pen to paper, no pun intended, and started my rap career. And I recently dropped my first couple of singles late 2020. And now this year, I plan to continue to drop consistent music, and I'm planning to drop an EP real late into the year. So be on the lookout for that. But I'm really excited to be here and just appreciative of this opportunity to talk to all of you guys.
That's dope. That's
All
dope.
right. Hey, I forgot to say I'm from Canada. I'm from Windsor, Canada, other side of Detroit, across the border.
Hiway, what's up, bro?
What's good?
Hiway.
My name is Hiway, aka Hiway 101. I'm from Humboldt County, California. That's like the northern end of it. Been a hip hop head since middle school. I think my first record that got me hooked was No Way Out. And then it spiderwebbed from there, and so I draw from Biggie, Tupac, Nas, Tech Nine, You know, a lot of the golden era people. Um, and I started making music in like 8th grade, man, age 13, and was just testing it out. You know, I wasn't born with the automatic natural gift for it. It was something I had to chip away at, and then so I started making music on like a 4-track recorder, made like 5 mixtapes, just free and all that, and then got, you know, to bigger steps like real studios, putting out actual studio albums, and you know, been in the game for a while, man.
Yeah, I tell Buggy about every day how crisp your sound was. I was listening to your stuff while I was writing your article. I was comparing you to some other kind of, they're good, but their music production just wasn't up there. I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, this Hiway, dude, his stuff is just so crisp, like spot on. Like your sound's great, but yeah,
Appreciate that, man. I
yeah, man,
appreciate
for real. John, man, Jon Connor
Word, man.
in the
What's up,
house.
everybody? What's up,
that.
everybody? I'm Jon Connor, man. Born and raised in Flint, Michigan. Man, started rapping when I was 12, 13 years old. I started off as a producer, and that kind of evolved into me rapping. So I guess I should say I started making music when I was 12, 13, and started rapping around 13, 14, I think. All I would. I think the first joint that made me want to rap would be man, No Limit Soldiers by Master P. That was what
Oh,
made me that's what
rowdy,
made me want to
rowdy,
rap.
rowdy, powdy.
Yeah,
Same
man.
area.
It was
Same
like,
area.
hip hop was always in my household because I have an older sister and she was listening to Tupac and Biggie and just all of the legendary like acts. But like what really like made me feel like I could do it was when I first started listening to No Limit. And that's what kind of started my journey in hip hop. But just to make a long story short, man, grinded on the underground for years. That ended up getting me a deal with Dr. Dre and Aftermath. I worked at Aftermath with Dre, co-writing a lot of music, co-producing, and all of that type of stuff. For 5 years, that was a very dope experience, a learning experience. Left Aftermath to start my own record company, All Varsity Music Group, and that's who I am. 2014 Double XL freshman. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. A true lover of music and nothing but the utmost respect for the craft of hip hop, man.
Hey, congrats on your success, man. That's dope.
Oh,
That's
I
nice.
appreciate you saying that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. For real, thank you.
Like cool, dude. Because you've been really cool with us on like Instagram messages. I know you're busy, but it's just like,
So
yeah,
one question I do have for you, John, is how do you stay so humble
yeah,
with all your
exactly.
success?
Um, because it's all perspective, and we all are just human beings. And I always look at it like, we all got gifts. Nobody's gift is any greater or any less significant than somebody else's gift. You know, I'm just a piece of a bigger puzzle. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, with all of us. And it's like, that's how I look at it. That keeps me humble. It's like, hundreds of millions of human beings. So it's like me making music doesn't make me any better than somebody because it's a doctor out there that saved somebody's life today. You know what I'm saying? That's perspective. Like me making a song or knowing how to make words rhyme, that doesn't, trump somebody who just saved somebody's life today. So it's like perspective. And just to give all respect and glory to my mother and father, I was raised right. You know what I'm saying? My mother and my father, I give all the praise to them because they kept that in me. Like, yo, you ain't no better than nobody. Ain't nobody better than you. You know what I'm saying? You give everybody the same love and appreciation that you want in return. And that's how I try to live my life. It's like, it's cool that my profession is what it is. But at the end of the day, when you strip away what someone does for a living, we all bleed the same red blood. We all humans, like at the end of the day. And I never lost sight of that. And I never will, because that's the truth.
Word.
That's real.
Facts.
That's word.
Facts.
I think anybody that's talked to me and know I'm gonna be myself in the messages. I don't give a fuck who's famous or not. I'm just gonna be myself. On the the music industry side, that's kind of on the notes where we wanted to start. I want to like start with Osay and Buggy here. Your challenges as new artists. What you know what do you want to know from artists like these two here, or what kind of advice would you two be looking for?
I think on a personal level, how do you overcome self-doubt? How do you overcome those feelings of, am I crazy for doing this? Like, no one around me is trying to rap. No one around me understands the struggle. Even me leaving Chicago to come to Atlanta, which is, I guess, kind of a mecca for music. How do you even get over the mental hump that comes with being a creator?
Mm.
You want to start?
Um, sure. It's kind of I mean, basically, you gotta welcome the uncomfort. Um, you know, and to be your biggest critic as an artist, I think is a gift. You know what I mean? Ultimately, it can be to your detriment, but when used correctly, that's just only gonna make you sharper and figure out who you are and hone your style. You know, that's kind of how I see it. And then Charlemagne had this quote where he says, "Lean into the uncertainty," and I really pick up on that too. So it's kind of like if you know you got a gift, you know, maybe unpolished, but you know, as long as it's enough, you know, and you're speaking from a real place and you're true, I believe that ultimately that gets you forward. So.
Yeah, man. From
That's
my
real.
perspective on that is, and I totally agree with everything you just said. For me personally, it's like there's never been a time where I stepped on the stage and I wasn't nervous. So it's like even to this day,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying. Like, before I get on the stage, I go back in the bathroom. I do the Eminem 8 Mile thing where I look at myself in the mirror and shit. Like,
That's
you
real.
know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Hey, so
so
we got something coming for this little podcast interview there.
yeah, man. You know, so I think that space of, like he said, like that space of feeling uncomfortable, I don't know that it ever goes away. But what I do know is on the other side of that feeling of discomfort is the blessing, is the growth. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to do it, and that's that adrenaline is what makes you want to do it again and keep growing. You know, the more you fight that feeling of, I don't know if I can do it, and the more you push forward and make yourself do it, and then you see the response that other people have to your strength, it gives you more and more confidence every time you do it. Every time you get in the lab and other people watch you, because the thing about it is everybody's uncomfortable about something. You know what I'm saying? So just you taking the step to do it in the first place is a step that most people aren't willing to take, period. So then the more you go, the more you're going to inspire them, and y'all going to keep feeding off of that energy. So the more you keep putting yourself out there, the more, you know, you allow yourself to, you know, just be uncomfortable and go through that phase, and you conquer it, the more confidence you're going to have, the more you're going to keep growing in confidence, the more you do it.
Straight up.
Hey,
That's
great
That
real.
advice. Thank you.
That's
and to
real.
kind of bounce on off right off what he was saying, man, like you start transitioning out of the phase of like, oh, I don't belong here, like I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm not worthy or whatever. When you're doing it, you fight that and you go in the process. It's just like going to the gym. Like the first couple times you hit the gym, you're just like, man, look at all these people that already
Yeah.
on their way. But after a few weeks, it's like, no, this is me. This
Yeah.
is what I'm doing. Like that's it. You know. And
Absolutely.
then
Yeah, I connect with that, man. I don't know. I think three people know that I'm doing this podcast or this whole blog thing. I'm kind of I blame it on my work, but I honestly just don't want people. I'm embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed that people don't see what we're doing. So like even my mom, no one knows I'm doing this. So
Why?
yeah.
Why is? May I ask the question? Why is that? What
Well,
makes
one
you?
reason, it's there's too much people talking shit around, white America. A lot of Trumpers around me, man. If you know what I mean. And my family's Trumpers, and it'd be a lot of hate, basically. And if I do make it big, or we make it big in doing this, there still be a lot of hate. But I'm gonna say fuck it. I'll do this. This is what I want to do. This is what I love to do. Like I think about this shit all day. I'll be making them graphics like during when I can
That's interesting, man. I love learning about people too, man. If I may ask you a question, how did you turn out not to be a Trumper if you are surrounded by Trumpers? I'm just interested in that journey. Like, how did you not get sucked into that world?
I was the kid that was always had emotion. Like I'm artistic, man. Or like not autistic, but I do art. Like I like to be creative. I'm a writer. I write poems. I used to write poems at like 16, and I'm a 6'4" guy. I'm a big dude. I'm supposed to be that man dude. So, like I said, that whole Spice Girls and Dr. Dre thing. That's basically my life. Are you gay because you're artistic kind of shit? I'm like, that's so. I've wrote blog. This whole blog thing isn't new. I'm a nerd. I've always had the secret life because I had abusive writing and stuff in chat rooms and doing that fantasy life trying to get away. So it grew into a podcast and writing and escaping to writing. So I'm a pretty good writer. I've been writing since I was 12, man. I've been doing it. So I was writing like a fantasy blog, like fantasy, like sci-fi, like the shit you got behind you. I was doing like a blog on that, and so I basically took what I had from that and I said, hey Chris, I have blog experience. Let's do rap, and it's working better for us. But yeah, I got some deep dark demons, and I joined the Navy and lived out in San Diego, met a wife, and I learned how to be a critical thinker and open minded, and that's basically it. Like just saying we're Trumpers doesn't mean we're racist, but they believe Trump was trying to help, I guess. The it's that mindset of people are uneducated around here, and they felt protected with an uneducated president. Man, they felt that they had his back because when you talk to people who don't go to college or something, they feel like they are talked down to or something. Like so Trump had their back, and that's why everybody oh, Trump support me, even though they don't watch the news, they don't watch politics, they don't listen to his lies. It's just that feeling that, oh yeah, Trump's the guy. Just you know what I mean. But I'll stop talking. I'm rambling now. But yeah. But thanks for the question, though.
But no, I appreciate you sharing that, man.
Yeah. But
All right, hey, my turn. In terms of music, to ask the OGs, more so directed towards John. But hey, Hiway, if you got something to say, more than welcome. But because I know you're hitting in the milli range of views at times, and I'm just so I heard that for an artist, it's 20% music quality and 80% marketing. I don't know if you agree or disagree, but let's say me and Osay, we got our 20% music quality, our sound is down pat, we are good to go. What is the best way to market our song or our EP or project or whatever?
Best way. I think the best way is consistency, because then your consistency will cause word of mouth. And word of mouth to me is still the best form of promotion. Like I'm saying, of course, do the playlist push things, I'm saying, on different, I'm saying, streaming sites and all of that. Of course, like try to get your advertisement out there, I'm saying, with on YouTube and all of that type of thing. But it's like consistent. The more consistent you are, you're gonna build a fan base of people that like what you do. You know what I'm saying? So it can't be you drop one project and think that one project is going to change the world. You know what I'm saying? Because in this game, you got a million rappers dropping a million songs and a million projects every day. So you have to figure out a way to engage your fan base so that you become like the mailman, where they can always depend on getting your brand of what you do on a consistent basis. So I would say it starts with consistency, because even if you put like $1 million into one song or whatever, and that one song was everywhere, well, after that song cool off, people gonna be off you again, and now they're gonna be listening to the next person that's staying consistent. You know what I'm saying? So I think that start with consistency of doing whatever it is that you do. You said you got the 20%, of quality or whatever. Strive for more than that, you know what I'm saying, than 20%. Put your all into it. But it's like, if you got that part covered, the next part as far as marketing, I would say consistency, because then that makes people start talking about you. And once people are talking about you, that causes a demand for what you do.
Cool. Yeah, in that 20%, I mean, like, let's say we got 100% of our craft, but they say that's 20% of the work.
Right. Okay,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping that ain't mean you just put 20% effort.
110%. 200% in that.
Man, all right. This won't be on the recording, but Buggie over here, he's a robotics engineer for fucking GM, dude. This dude, I don't know how he does it. He's working like 13, 14-hour days and then coming home and fucking... It's ridiculous. Smartest dude I know, though. Fucking 100%.
You can keep that on the recording. It ain't no secret.
All right, cool, man. I didn't know if you wanted that out there. Dude's real. Dude's real, though. But man, you got me all emotional early, man. You bringing up fucking demons and shit. But anyways,
It's always that, man.
Thanks for
Appreciate
sharing
you
that
for
for
sharing
real.
that,
And the
man.
fact that you transform that into something positive. You know, there's a lot of people who use their childhood trauma as an excuse to do bad things. And the fact that you created this beautiful platform for all of us to talk and engage and interact, like, thank you so much for that, honestly.
Appreciate that. That's
no,
real.
yeah, it's just I had some dark past, man. It's fucked up. But let's go. I want to hear kind of about Hiway, man. You've been working in the game for a while, 13 years, dude. You have such a huge so many songs. Like when did it really finally click for you, man? Like when did the industry, like when did it all?
And I still feel like I haven't hit that point. You know, I don't know if artists ever get to that point of like I made it, you know, and what is making it really, like that's the reality of it. It's really just notches and milestones that you achieve over the years. You know, I always say this. This is my analogy is that I took the scenic route, you know, to the shit. I didn't go for that quick thing, and I still I'm relatively obscure. I've had like little things along the way, but in terms of in terms of it clicking, there could be different levels to that of just like, oh, I know how to make a cohesive project. That's one thing, but also I feel like I've been um, honing in on my voice and my presentation for years, and I only recently found out exactly how I should be on a song and how I should approach it, and really, you know, everything came from the heart, but I really figured it out recently, and real life events, like life changing events, really help naturally to get to progress you. But like as far as like little accolades here and there and shit, like I made a song and I knew an Instagram model and she made a video of her twerking to it and it went viral. It went on World Star, went on TMZ, and my song was playing in the background of that. So I got traction from that. It was one of those weird ones though. It's like I can't really claim that. Granted, it's still one of my highest selling songs. It's called Gefilte Fish, and it was from my first actual album, you know, and it was just shit like that. It's just like kind
The
of
filter fish.
you're saying. I think you were saying, I'll say earlier about something uh, being within reach. You're wondering if it's within reach or just out of your reach or something, and wondering, and it's kind of like that, you know. It's just like small wins, but you should never settle.
That's dedication. And like when I heard your music, and I'm like, I told Chris and Buggy, man, I'm like, it's a shame, like this guy, like he's just now getting a Tech Nine because like, it's just, man, it's like, yeah, and that's a problem. Like, I think the rap business kind of, in me and Chris's years in 2000, 2004, that was our glory years, man. We had a good thing going in the music, and then Napster kind of came around and LimeWire, and it ruined the industry for you guys, man. It really did because rap music fell off the charts. Like it just went away. Only way you could really find it was, down like still on the shit basically. You didn't have Spotify, you didn't have MTV was going away, and it was just like it went away. And that kind like you had the little Wayne musics and stuff, and that kind of like just evolved into this new music, like this trap music and mumble in it. Like the music that we love just kind of got lost because it was too hard to market it. Like it just there was nothing there. But I see the resurgent, and that's what we're kind of here doing today. Is like now that Spotify's here, we can get you all back out there like it was in 2000, 2004. Like it's like we ain't no one's stealing music anymore. You can sell yourselves, and it just sucked. I think that's kind of what happened to rap music. Really, I think it. I don't know if you guys agree, but it seemed like it really changed about 2004, 2008, and now we're here where we're at. But and kind of on that note, John, I know we got to talk about the aftermath and the label. So, you know, speaking from like Hiway's perspective and your perspective, and the Buggy and Osay's, what are the benefits of joining a label? Where is it not good? What? Just kind of speak to your experience and Hiway too. What? A lot of people, all these new guys, they hate labels. You see it all over social media. It's always talking shit about labels. But You know, like there has to be some good about it. There has to be what, like, instead of a label, what's the business side that you should take? You know, kind of that way, or you know, what works today. That's basically
He owns
the question.
the label. He ain't gonna say nothing bad about labels. He owns
Yeah, but
it.
see, but I own an independent label. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a part of a big corporation or a big machine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm all for artists being label owners and owning their own imprints, owning their own music. I'm not really the guy that supports major labels. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't have really.
We don't want you
Okay,
talking shit or anything, and we won't put it on the recording. But yeah,
yeah, nah, it's
I
all
don't know.
good. It's all good. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that
Talk your shit, John. Talk your shit.
you know, I think that my experience with being signed to a major label is there are pros and cons. I see more cons only because of the type of person I am, right? I think that there are pros depending on the type of, like, a different type of person. I like to work hard. I like to be in control of my own destiny. I don't like people telling me what to do. I don't like feeling like I don't have a choice. I don't like a room full of people telling me who I am. I know who I am. When I became an artist, I knew who I was. I know the type of music I want to make. I know the message that I want to get out there. I don't need help with those things, right? So for me, it was like a lot of things about being on a major label kind of was like, okay, this is they kind of got frustrated. But I could see, I know certain people and I know types of artists who they don't have it all figured out. And they do need that room full of people that help them understand who they are as an artist. They do need, like, that extra financial help for, like, a budget. You know what I'm saying? They do need that creative department that helps them figure out their wardrobe so it's like I'm not saying labels are bad in general. I'm just saying that it was major label isn't the spot for me just because of the type of person I am. I think that for me, I always looked up to and admired the Dre's, the Jay-Z's, those cats that were entrepreneurs and owned their own companies. And that's what, and Master P, that was always my goal and what I aspired to be. And that's what I'm doing now. So for me, it just wasn't, I'm not a major label guy. I'm an indie guy to the fullest. I like to be in control of my destiny. I like to be able to do what I want to do. I like for, like, I think that also another something that could be a con about major labels is that normally when you getting into hip hop, especially, we coming out of inner cities, right? So you got to think your parents, they don't know the music business. They don't know the first thing about the music business. They don't know where an entertainment lawyer is. They ain't never had to be in those type of situations where they know how to get in touch with an entertainment lawyer. And then if they do get in touch with an entertainment lawyer, the entertainment lawyers in New York and LA are sharks. So they gonna eat your little lawyer alive because you gonna find the lawyer that's the one that you can afford. You feel me? Meanwhile, the major labels got these sharks that's ready to tear your head off when it comes to that paperwork. So it's like something that is like I say, is a bad thing is that we come out of the ghettos and we come out of the hood, or we come out of just pure oblivion of not knowing the business. And then once we sign these contracts, you're knee deep into some shit that you don't even know the first thing about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think that when you're doing the independent route, you're learning, you know what I'm saying? You having first-hand learning experience. When I put my shit on streaming sites, I'm seeing the numbers. The distribution company that I'm going through, they're showing me the whole sheet of what got made, what my profit was, what my gross was, what my net was. If I do a show, I don't have a third party middleman person. It's me talking to the promoters and me understanding what I'm getting paid, what they're paying for. A lot of things with major labels, artists don't know that they have a budget, and it seems like they're balling and it seems like they rich, but really this money is all coming out of their pocket. All of the stuff that they spending money on, really they got to pay that back later on in life, and they forget that and they don't know that. Independent, there is no, there is no smoke and mirrors. If I go get a hotel room, it came out of my pocket. If I had to pay for a flight, it came out of my pocket. If I pay for a video, I pay for it. I got the receipts for them shits. You know what I'm saying? With major labels, you're constantly spending and you're not seeing the receipts. So before you know it, you in the red and you owe the record company more money than you ever seen in your life. So it's like, for me, I just think that major labels to me kind of be seeming like a pyramid scheme or like a hustle. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're a bank that's giving you a loan with mad interest attached to it, and you don't realize it until you have to pay it back. So that's my perspective on major labels.
And it's the white man that owns most of them labels too, ain't it?
Well, I
Buggie.
Hey, I'm saying because
Buggie, motherfucker.
Buggy, put the whiskey down,
hey,
homie.
it's a black art, but owned by the white man, right?
Well, that's correct. That's a true statement.
Yeah, I ain't even saying nothing about it. I'm just saying that's
No,
fact,
you didn't say
right?
nothing bad, but that's a true statement.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
but yeah, that's absolutely a true statement. And so I just encourage artists to own their art, learn the business, love your craft, and love yourself enough to learn the business. And I think that learning the business, being an independent label owner, is is better than learning the business the hard way going through a major label. Because at least if you get messed over with some money doing something independent, it might be a couple thousand, a couple hundred, and you're gonna learn from those lessons as you're experiencing them. The record business, you're gonna learn one big lesson that's gonna cost you a couple million possibly, or 100,000. So to me, it's like, if you do end up signing to a major label one day, go through that learning curve of being an independent artist first. So at least you know what you're getting into, and at least you can make smart decisions and understand how to make the label and their resources work for you. So with me, like I say, I'm not shitting on major labels. I was a part of a major label. I saw the good and the bad of it. And I've seen the good and the bad of being independent. There's pros and cons to both, but I really think that it all just comes down to the type of person you are. And like I say, if you're able to use the major labels for their resources and you get some money up out of it and feed your family, then more power to you.
Word.
What about you, Hiway? You've been in the game a long time. Have you got contact by labels? Thought about it? Not for you.
Well, first of all, I'll just say, like, I'm in a very, very different space than Jon is. I like that those are gems, by the way, to actually have.
Appreciate it, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
those are
that was
absolute
the
gems.
best way to explain it I've ever heard.
Straight up, like
It was
and
really.
for him to have lived both sides of that. That is the ultimate game. Like, that's the ultimate knowledge that one could have, and for you to share that with us, like myself included, because I just wanted to say that for the record. Like, I cannot, I can't even compare that. But
No, thank you for saying that, bro. And I just want to say to you, not to cut you off, but I just want to acknowledge what you just said. I thank y'all for being willing to listen, and because I think that I live by each one teach one. My experiences and my testimony, I lived them so that I could share them with other people. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to go through everything you go through and just keep the knowledge for yourself. I think that that's lame. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you go through things so that somebody else won't have to.
That's to the heart, bro.
Word.
I think we all feel that. But yeah, man, I've been the indie, and especially coming from a place that's not a big city. We're not a hub by any means, but it's alive here in Humboldt. It's a place that everybody knows about for different reasons. All the major artists stop through, but it's not really taken. It's not taken seriously as a LA or anything like that. So we're not in a hot spot in terms of that. And I had to work with the resources I had, and make a team out of, my close friends. And and that was a blessing too, because it wasn't a business thing. I can't hire a manager really, it's just like a homie doing manager type shit on the strength. But always pressing and making the best out of what we had. Like I said, a 4-track recorder. And knowing where you stand. It's not like we all are proud of our babies, as we should be, but it's also, it's like you have to know where your art is at versus where everyone else's taste is. You can't be like, oh, they're just hating or they're just sleeping. You have to also look at it like in terms of what can I do better? Like, am I gonna turn this on after a Dr. Dre song and be like, oh, that compares, or am I not? And so that's why like my first 5 mixtapes were free. It was just me getting practicing, and then still even paying for studio time, shit was practice. And it's been a long ride. I can't imagine being on a major label, but that sounds like an incredible learning experience. And man, more power to you. And to stay humble about it as you are, and man, that shit's crazy, man.
Man, we got similar journeys, man. My first, man, oh boy, all of my stuff was free for so long, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think like my first 7, 8 mixtapes, we was just giving them away. Like it was just about, being heard, man. So I definitely know the grind, and I appreciate you giving me those compliments, man. Like I said, it's nothing to be humble, man. It's just ultimate perspective that we are just humans living this thing called life, man. And nobody, we all here to help each other. That's it, man.
So Buggie and Osay. So what's
Yo.
I don't know if I'm changing the direction or anything. I'm just
No,
kind of
you got
You
free
good,
flow.
man.
Go ahead.
Y'all show,
about y'all
man.
catalog, like what what you have out, where that's at. Like, do you fuck with places like Dat Piff? Like that was because we were talking about like free projects of ours. Dat Piff was a great platform. It's just a free mixtape site. So I was just wondering if y'all have like looked into that and
I've
stuff
never
like
even
that.
heard of.
No, that's kind of left in the past. I think I know Dat Piff, but I feel like that's not like current times when I think of Dat Piff.
Yeah, I hate to say that too. I was like, that Pip, golly, I haven't thought about them for a minute.
I
But I
remember
try to
that
put it
though.
on as
That kid,
many,
yeah.
I try to put my music on as many platforms as possible. I think the main thing is just awareness, you know what I'm saying? So Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, anywhere that would allow my music to be at, that's where it goes. Maybe I should look into that Pip. I'm probably playing myself by not checking them out, but I try to put it on as many platforms as I can.
Well,
Nah,
I think I found
y'all.
you, Osay, through Instagram. I don't know if you had an ad or if it was just a random something on a tag, but you I don't know, somehow you found your way into the algorithm, but and then yeah, just how it all works out. Ads work all right. We found a few guys through ads. It's just terrible paying for it sometimes. Like we found Duran through ads. That's how we kind of came to that guy, but
I feel like
let's
ads
see.
are the way to go, though. Do you think that it's like
You artists might be better for artists. I don't know about for bloggers and podcasts. And probably if you have enough money and I don't know, it's a lot of fake. I feel like it's a lot of fake people you bring in. Like it might sometimes almost feels like they bots are liking your stuff. Like almost Instagrams. I don't know. It's just every time we get a follower or a like from one of those ads we do, they're just not. They don't. There's nothing from them. They seem fake.
I
and
know
that's
what
what
you're
scares me
talking
about
about.
Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
Like
want
they
to go
all
back
have.
to a point that Buggy made earlier, actually, about the race thing. And so me myself personally, I grew up listening to hip hop. I love it. I understand that it is a black art form. I hear the term cultural appropriation a lot. So I just want all of y'all to speak on that. Um, I mean, like, there are a lot of different races that enjoy this art form. Um, so I guess just
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
I want to answer that, but y'all ever heard of Distro Kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where most
Yeah,
of
I actually have I have a label account through there. I was trying to get Buggy to come to it, but he wouldn't do it.
Okay, because I was trying to, I was tapped into the conversation, but I was asking Lindsay, like, I was like, damn, what's the name of that joint? And like Distro Kid, and it came to my brain. Like, yeah, but like while y'all were talking about just sites to put your music on and stuff like that, that's always good because it gets your stuff on Tidal and all of that other Apple Music and all of that. But back to your question about, I'm sorry, I want to make sure I fully hear your
Yeah,
question.
man.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to go back on a statement that Buggy made earlier about the white people owning the labels and shit, and that's true and shit. I get that. I personally grew up listening to hip hop. Like love it. I relate to it. Like it's my jam. So and like I hear the term cultural appropriation a lot. So I just want to hear y'all speak on that. Like, we'll start with you, John. Like, what are your thoughts on, different types of people kind of coming in and appreciating rap music as it is as a black art form?
My perspective on that is very interesting because like taking artists like Eminem, right? I think Eminem is dope, and I think that to a certain extent, people shouldn't question Eminem within hip hop because he grew up in the culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? He grew up around it. He grew up
D-Town.
you know what I'm saying? Right. But then I've seen situations where people who did not grow up around hip hop culture, they have like these jobs in the music industry where they can tell young black kids that grew up in the ghetto, your song's not urban enough. Your song's not. How can someone who never grew up around where this music comes from tell a kid that grew up around it every day that what they're doing isn't black enough? That's insane to me. So
Have you actually heard that?
yes, I've seen it.
Holy
Like
shit.
with my own two eyes. Like, you know what I'm
Dang.
saying? And been like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you on that, bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so that's one of the things to me that, I mean, it's just, that's not right. Like, I feel like if I like, okay, I don't know anything about football. I didn't grow up around football culture. That's like putting me as the head coach of like a franchise in the NFL. Whether I'm black or white, I shouldn't have the job. I don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, I think, like I say, sometimes I think for me, it's about having respect for the culture more than it is even just about race or black and white. Because if it was a Hispanic person that didn't know about the culture, I'd be pissed too. If it was a black dude that didn't know about, if it was a black dude that didn't know about hip hop and he was telling people how to be urban, I'd be just as pissed. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think my issue with it is when you put people in these positions of power that didn't grow up around it. Like, it's like, that's why I seldom have judgment or an opinion on people's music, because I don't say whether somebody's music is stupid or not. All I know is kids make music 9 times out of 10 coming up out of the hood to get out of the fucked up situations that they grew up in. They not thinking about lyricism. Why? Because they going to sleep hearing gunshots every night. They not thinking about trying to be the most lyrical person in the world because they ain't got no food on the table. Because they big brother just went to prison. They don't got time to be thinking about, I'm trying to be the most lyrical person out. So how can somebody at this label tell this kid who is feeding his family by making whatever type of music he making, how can you tell them, well, that's not good enough? Fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, to me, it doesn't become so much just a black or white thing. It's a matter of, did you grow up in the culture? Do you respect the culture? Do you know where this music comes from? Do you know this kid struggle that just signed this record deal? Do you know his story? And can you help him further his cause, which ultimately is staying out of prison, feeding his family by not having to sell dope, like, you know what I'm saying, and being an influence to the community that he came from. So if you don't understand that, then I feel like you don't deserve that job at that label to be the head of whatever department you're the head of, that you're in control of people's careers and lives.
Yo, I appreciate the passion.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Respect.
You got wisdom after wisdom, man. It's for real.
Let's go around the table. Anybody else got thoughts?
Yeah, see, so when I was saying all that, like, I definitely wasn't saying no cultural appropriation, none of that stuff. I was just saying kind of credit where it's due type thing, right? So I was just kind of giving credit. Hey, black art form that's just what it is. I mean, don't get me started in the other genres, but I'm just saying for hip hop alone, I just say, it's a black art form. So I was just kind of giving credit where it's due. So as long as that's being done, I'm all good with it. Because even Justin Bieber, when I think it was when the Black Lives Matter stuff, when all it was happening, he even spoke up and was just saying, hey, I made a career off of black art form. So he kind of was like, whatever, Black Lives Matter. So when he said that, I had respect for him, because it's kind of like, hey, he's giving credit where it's due. right? So that's all I'm not saying like,
Straight
oh,
up.
you know, white people shouldn't be doing that, or no, this is blacks only. No, I'm not saying that at all, but credit where it's due, right?
No.
I
I
agree
feel
with
you,
that.
Buggy. I feel you, and that's
Yeah.
not what I was trying to put out there at all. I was just trying to get
Yeah.
opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
well, and I guess we react, we react because we've been, we're two white guys doing a rap thing, so we're waiting for that time when someone's gonna call us out on that bullshit. But I got a little dark there earlier, but my family split, and I went from rural ass Indiana, and I moved up to the hood in Indianapolis, and I was 10 years old. My best friend was a black kid that got a girl pregnant at 12 years old. Like I was living up in these apartment complex. So talking about, it's just it's not a white black thing, man. It's just how you're raised. A lot of us have, broken families. We got some fucked up past, man. It's a culture. I know it's a black culture, but a lot of us relate. It's how a lot of us got by. Like so. It sucks, but we accept it. And I just, it just you being around there, everybody thinks you're fucking racist because you're white. It just sucks.
No, but
It's like,
we appreciate that you enjoy it, right? It's a
yeah,
compliment to us. We love. That's why we're all on here right now. We love that you guys enjoy it, right? So it ain't nothing like that at all. Like it's a compliment.
That's straight. That's straight. And I grew up
Yeah.
on fucking hip hop, man. And like, I didn't grow up fucking privileged at all, man. Like, I grew up in a fucking trailer park on the south side of Bloomington, Indiana, man. Like, I just appreciate the art form, and I just wanted to pose that question to y'all to see where y'all's opinions on that was. That's where that was coming from.
Osay?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, like growing up, one of my favorite artists was Eminem. It didn't matter if it was black, white, purple, you know what I mean? Like you could tell based off of his lyricism, and not even just the lyricism, like just his passion for the art form. That's what I appreciate about musicians. And now more than ever, it seems to be this clout-based thing because hip hop is like the most important genre. It's the most popular genre as of recent. And now more than ever, it seems very gimmicky. It seems like people who have no clue about hip hop or hip hop culture are pulling the strings, like John had said. Like people are, these executives from suburban, wherever the case may be, who's never heard hip hop a day in their lives, are the ones calling the shots, and that's annoying. Or they're pushing this narrative based off of, oh, this person has 1 million followers on TikTok. Let's give them a record deal, and have them doing the top hip hop songs. That's when I start to have a problem with it, where it's not even cultural appropriation for me. It's just, are you genuine in what you're trying to push out? Whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Hispanic, whether you're Chinese, it doesn't matter what genre you are. It's just, is this something that's true to you, or is this something that's going to make you rich or make you famous or popular? So that's where I kind of have issues in regards to, is this person doing it for the right reasons? Like you guys are doing this. I can tell based off of having these conversations and hearing your stories that like this is something that means a lot to you. It doesn't even matter if you're white or black. To me, it's just like, oh, okay, this is something that you guys are truly care about. This is something that's ingrained in you, and that's what I
Hell yeah.
appreciate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Osay, I appreciate those kind words. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
she's our girl, Osay.
Y'all are my guys.
We need some new music, Osay, man. I want to
For
hear
real,
some
when
new
you gonna put
stuff.
some new stuff out?
I'm trying to be more consistent though, but absolutely, I just appreciate you guys, like every one of you, just learning and hearing about your stories and just, helping me as someone who's just now coming into the game and just learning and taking tidbits from what you guys have to say. It's just been just awesome to me. So I appreciate y'all.
That's what's up, Osay.
So, Buggy, you did say you're going to go down to Atlanta for a recording, right, with Jaron Bitton. So when you're down there, you're going to hit up Osay, right?
Oh, of course. Of course. I was already talking to her.
Yeah, Buggy has a track with Jaron, man. It's he's got it coming up on his EP. It's so dope.
That's dope. That's
Let's,
dope.
let's speak on collaborations real quick though.
Yeah, let's do
I want to
that.
go around the table. Let's talk about the state of working with other artists as it is today. What works, what doesn't work. Is it more personable? Is it less personable? Talk about the business side of it. And I'll let y'all, but we can start with John because you probably got the most experience in this.
Absolutely. So you saying so specifically, what's the question?
So like, let's just talk about the state of collaborations these days.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, what's the question though?
What works, what doesn't work, the business side of it. Is it more personal? Is it less personal? Let's just talk about that.
I think as far as the financial side of collaborating, I think what's cool is when when I was coming up in the game, man, it was like the barter system. You know, you give me a verse, I give you a verse. You know what I'm saying? You look out for me, I look out for you. You know, and I think for the most part that still happens. You know, when the artist believes in the art. When the artist believes in the work ethic of the other artists that they're working with, I think that that's still how it pretty much goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you throw me a verse, I throw you a verse. You know what I'm saying? But I think nowadays, for the most part, what I'm seeing, you know, with collaborations is it's becoming more organic and genuine. I'm seeing people that just like each other's music from on the internet or whatever the case may be, and people are reaching out on Instagram and then DMing each other, and you seeing these collaborations, and I think that that's super dope. I think that the state of collaborations is really dope. For a minute, you know, for a minute it was real Hollywood, like where wasn't nobody messing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? And it was a distinct difference between, you know, established artists and then people who are on the come up. But I think that it's dope that nowadays you seeing like Eminem and Joyner Lucas do a song together. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, that's
Eminem
like
better do a song with Joyner Lucas because he's gonna take the throne one of these days.
somebody who was like a super underground dude and made like such a name on the underground is collaborating with one of the greatest of all time. I think that that collaboration in itself just shows where the world is going, to where it's like that line in the sand between established artists and people on the come up is starting to be erased. I think now it's more so about, do I rock with what you do? What's the energy? Who are you and how are you as a person? And if I could rock with you as a person and I rock with your music, then we can make some beautiful music together.
I appreciate the answer. Hiway, what you got
real
to say,
quick,
man?
with that being said, fellas, I got a session I gotta get to. So I want to thank y'all so much, man, for having me. And man, it's a pleasure meeting y'all too. Can y'all DM me where y'all Instagrams is so I can hear y'all music and stay tapped in with y'all for real?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
much.
100%.
Hey, John, I
100%.
appreciate you, homie. This is huge for us, bro.
Man,
Yeah,
nah,
it
thank
was
y'all,
awesome.
man.
It was a
Thank
great
y'all for,
conversation.
Hey,
thank y'all. And please, like I say, please DM me y'all IGs and I'm gonna follow everybody. What's up, Hiway?
that song beautiful, man. I love it, man.
Man, thank you, bro.
And video, yeah, it's crazy, man.
Appreciate
Tears,
it, man. Thank you,
genuine
bro.
tears, man. And I just wanted to say before you bounce, dude, like shit like that. That's the vibe I'm on, of like making music that like touches people, and for someone to be able to cry tears of joy to music, not
Yes.
tears of pain, that is something so commendable, bro. It's like tears of happiness. Like, salute to what you do, man.
Man,
Salute.
love, bro. Man,
Much
it's nothing but love and respect back at you, man. I'm definitely gonna tap in with your music after I get off of here, man.
You
love,
should,
bro.
man. You should. He's dope, man.
Nah,
You
it's on.
listen to his Tech song he just put out, man. Him and Tech tore it up, man, for real. It's
It's
Hey,
dope.
on.
Buggie on the come up though, homie. Watch out for him too. And Osay.
And
So,
Osay's gonna be singing for all three of you here one of these days. That's what's gonna happen.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, Queen. I can't wait to hear your music too, man. Like,
She's got a
please.
beautiful voice, man. She got a
Man,
beautiful
I
voice.
appreciate the gems that you were dropping. You were spitting nothing but facts. I was like, preach.
She's got that '90s little Kim vibe though. She looks all innocent right now though, but once you put that music on, man, she bring that little Kim back. She totally is. Oh yeah.
I can't wait to hear it, man. I'm tapped in. I'm tapped in, man. I'm
Thank
tapped
you.
in.
Thank
Absolutely.
For
Man,
real,
such
man.
a
It was a
pleasure.
pleasure, man. Yeah, it was a pleasure.
I'm gonna stay
Thank
tapped
you.
in with everybody. Like I say, please send me your IG so I can follow everybody.
All
Thank
right, we
you.
all
appreciate
right,
you.
bet.
All
Thank you
right,
so
peace. See
much,
y'all,
man.
man.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all. Love.
Awesome.
All
Man,
right,
that
so
was fucking
let's keep
dope.
this going. This is dope. Got
That's
it?
he's a good dude, man. He's a real humble dude. You know.
Dude, Connor's
Yeah, that was dope. That was some good knowledge he was spitting.
Yeah.
Man, I never really explained like that, like the whole
that
label
dude is
thing.
smart as hell when it comes to the rap game, man.
You guys feel about that conversation? Let's let Osay go first, and you know,
In regards
Driver.
to what do you
Just the
mean?
conversation with John, what you took from that, you know.
just appreciate it. First of all, his humility. Like I said before, I had experiences working at a major label, and you see a lot of big artists, and the egos are the size of Atlanta themselves. It's like, my gosh, like chill. So just the fact that he was so humble, and the knowledge and the things that he was saying, just came from such a genuine place of, these are the things that I went through. I want to teach y'all so y'all don't go and follow in the same path, or fall into something that could be not beneficial to you. It just really meant a lot, just really trying to teach us things that will be beneficial to our careers was very, very helpful. So I just appreciated just how real he was and how open he was about the knowledge that he was sharing.
100%.
He's a real dude, man. That was, I mean, we kind of got snippets of that just in our conversations with him to try to get him to do this podcast, but just after hearing him talk, man, like, dude is legit.
I really want to learn more about live shows. I know Hiway, you probably the only one really experienced here because Buggie and Osay, I don't think they've ever performed live. So
No.
I'm kind of like, I want to know what we're trying to do here at Lyrical Rap. We want to start a show here locally. We want to put a festival on, and we don't really know, even where to get started. But that's not for here or now. But kind of like the markets, man. Like, where's the markets at? What works? These shows that you've noticed, and what doesn't work, and that kind of stuff. Just help these guys out and help us out.
Well, for your end, if you're trying to do those festivals like throw shows, having sponsors is a really big thing. Like local businesses, throwing in and being sponsors, that helps, fund it, and just working, just your hustle, as far as promotion. That's a big thing. It's hard to sell shows out here in Humboldt, but we can do it. We just gotta like go, and that's how I started, man. Like, we do like we started with the little shows and kind of, just bunch of cats just kind of showing their skills. But then it came to be like, okay, well, I want to get on these bigger shows with these big names that are coming to town. So starting out, what I would do was I would be going out to all the businesses in my entire county, from one end to the other, going to businesses and asking if I could put up flyers in their windows, and everything down to stapling posters to telephone poles, advertising just for a spot on the show. And that was my kind of hustle to come up and get involved and shit. I wasn't born wealthy and none of that shit. So it was really just showing how hungry I was, and really like getting your big shows, like getting on a bill with a major name. That's when hopefully you have your merch up. Like I see you got your own merch, Buggy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's very important. Like that's where we make our bread, man. Like us kind of, cats coming up is getting on these bigger shows, getting that big audience, and having our merch up, and we could come out of there, motherfucker. You do a good 15-minute set, whatever they give you, and we come out there with $600 sold on merch and shit like that. And then just a bigger audience. All age shows are key too, man, because those are the consumers, so but also having to learn how to throw a show and direct it professionally is a good experience too. Like I did my album release party in 2019, and it was a hit just because really I was relentless with the promotion, man. Everywhere you couldn't not see the poster for it. So live shows are very important. It's a crazy time we're in that they're not around, but I think that gave all of us time to just work on our shit and do behind the scenes shit, and
I mean, it's true. Is it true that y'all make most of your money off live shows and merch, though? Like streaming sites really don't pay that much. Dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, you get a fraction of a cent for streams. On YouTube, you're not getting paid until a million. Like a million is hard to hit, man. Like, and just because you ain't at a million doesn't mean you're nothing.
You ain't getting paid at YouTube till you hit a million.
I believe so. I believe that's what I saw the breakdown as. As far as I saw, maybe not, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I'm just saying, like it all gets connected with the distribution company too, though. Like all the streams are calculated. Y'all are on it, but yeah, man. Like unless people are buying the albums, which society is not really supporting that. Just the wave that is going. People want to be able to just play shit. And that's why we really encourage, like, save this in your library, like, buy this shit. That really helps us. And then, getting features, getting featured like Jaron Benton. That really helps, man. It's no matter how you want to cut it, it's a pay to play world.
Hey, Buggie, speak on that Jaron Benton feature.
That's dropping on the EP. I'm gonna drop that in March. Drop it in March. Yeah, man, it's a good song. And even on there, like we touch on some social issues, like with the whole Black Lives Matter type thing. Like if you listen to the words in that song, like we get into it. So it's and it's a banger. That song is just like you just hear it, even if you don't listen to the words, you're like, but if you do listen to the words, you're like, oh shit, like that's some true shit. So
yeah.
Excited for that. I can't wait for that one to drop. I've been sitting on that for months too, and it's
Ooh, I know.
Yeah, you sent it to us back in October.
Man, you know the feeling that man of like sitting on a fucking nuclear bomb that you want to release already. It's like, fuck, I gotta keep it a secret. God damn it.
Did Ado make the beat too?
When's the EP or what's the EP called? That's gonna drop.
The EP's called Bugging Out.
Okay. Nice.
Bugging
Out. I like it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope. We've heard the Jaron Benton song, but it is really dope.
It's a lot of R&B on that one though. It's not all like lyrically bars, and I'm not doing my Hiway spitting throughout the whole thing.
Hiway
I do a little bit of it.
Yeah, Hiway.
I sing too a little bit. I do a little. You gotta do that. You can't bar out all the time, man. You can't.
Yeah.
You gotta have some for other people.
A lot of artists have commented like it's necessary, man. In this game, you have to have a different genre or something to capture that crowd or
multifaceted.
Tech Nine didn't have no different genre. He just stuck with that one niche, and he just murdered it, right?
He's doing electronica music now. Did you hear that beat? He does everything.
You can't really say that about Tech though, because he's done
Tech does everything. Yeah, he's done
I'm
everything.
just talking about lyrical
his
shit.
chop style?
You ain't hearing Tech on the radio, is what I'm saying. He ain't mainstream, right?
Yeah,
true.
Because Tech's been around for a long time, man.
It's all up to scale, man. It's all to scale. That's what I figured out too. Because if you talk to Tech, he's gonna describe our same journey, man. Of like, yo, dude, like I got these skills and people fucking, I know I'm worthy, and people tell me I'm the shit, but like, why am I not breaking out to this new barrier? Even he knows, even he feels it, and he's got gold, platinum records, but he
does he want to break out though? Not to he
don't, because he said
that he's doing really well in it.
Yeah,
he does. He said Tech will never go mainstream. Mainstream will go Tech. So he was like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and people are just gonna start tuning in. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, because even back in the day, Twista and these guys, they weren't really mainstream. Like even back then, you heard of them, but it was still like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake and shit. That was
your Spice Girls, homie.
Yeah, your Spice Girls.
That was '99, bro.
Give me a Spice Girl feature right now, bro.
It's been that long. '99.
Blow the shit up. Yeah. Nah, Osay, what about you? You said you were dropping the EP as well, right?
Oh, yeah. So I'm planning on dropping. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be third quarter or fourth quarter in regards to when this is. I feel like it could come out a lot sooner than third quarter, but I'm talking with my guys now. But yeah, the working title for the EP is going to be called In the Pursuit of. So in the pursuit of happiness, in the pursuit of success, in the pursuit of money, just in kind of encapsulating my current journey on trying to pursue music while dealing with all these different things of like, people doubting you and, self-doubt and just look, my current state. I want every project that I drop to be somewhat autobiographical to what I'm currently going through. And this is kind of my, I guess, college dropout era of my creative journey, if you will. So yeah, I'm really excited about just the idea of dropping a body of work. And I like to rap, but I like to sing and I like to do a whole bunch of different things. So I can't wait to have people hear kind of the different layers of what I do, because I think right now everyone's just, they're used to hearing me do like funny, haha, whatever, salacious raps, just because I know that can be something that captures people. But I want to show more of a dynamic of who I am as an artist and what I'm currently going through. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. That's coming soon.
Your
we will
music's
be.
so catchy. Yeah, it's like,
I
oh man,
appreciate.
it's
I
like the
appreciate.
beat, the catchiness of what you're saying. It's just like, yeah, you're gonna make it. Just keep putting music
You're gonna
out.
blow up, girl.
Yeah, just
Man,
keep putting music out.
stop.
Nah.
I'm just trying. I just appreciate learning from y'all and hearing your stories. And Hiway, I wanted to ask you a question. What keeps you motivated and keeps you going? For a lot of people, after a year, if they don't see something, they're ready to just bump that. I don't want to do this anymore. What has kept you going for so long? And what is the, I guess, single most important thing that an independent artist should have? Is it hard work? Is it dope lyrics? Is it, what's kept you going, and then what is the most important aspect you think you should have in your career?
Sure. Number one would be having a genuine love for the art. Because if you don't love it, if you treat it like it's a novelty act, you know what I mean? Hey, it's gonna be a phase, and I know plenty of people, that did that, peers and shit like that through the years of doing music, and I was always the guy that never quit, and because I love it. I still get that thrill, that I get that fix, you know what I mean? When I make something, I love it. I love writing, I love recording, I love performing. And that's the first and foremost. But through the years, that meant that I had to um, sacrifice shit, and that mean I had to kind of make a meager living because I'm chasing this thing that isn't paying out. Where I could have been focusing the energy learning a trade. This was my school. This was my education, and it was a kid. It was a baby, and it's not. You put money into raising a child. You ain't guaranteed to make money back, but so that's straight up. And I have lost relationships because of it. I had to turn, I lost the love of my life to this shit. So it's like nowadays I'm like even more. I'm like, yeah, I'm aging in this shit too. So it's like now it's like I lost a lot of shit. I fucking I lost that family life that I could have had with this perfect being in my eyes for my baby, and now we're anyway, we're best friends, but it just puts into perspective, like you sacrifice this shit, it's even more reason to keep going. It's like don't it would be terrible to know that you lost shit in vain, basically. And so I just still get a thrill of it, man, and still just not, yeah, I haven't reached my apex of as an artist or nothing like that. Yeah, I appreciate that. That was man. Honestly, and to bring it back, man, the Tech Nine, to tie it in, the Tech Nine feature, man. It wasn't to be like, oh, I'm gonna get fucking viral. I'm gonna get lit finally. That shit was
No, that's a bucket list. That's like a self thing,
exactly,
right?
man.
I feel that. Yeah.
Exactly, man. And for me, man, I tell this story, man. Like my father died unexpectedly in 2019, and he was a musician. He was a drummer and a composer, and he always fucked with hip hop, and he fucked with Tech Nine. He even took me to a Tech Nine show when he was still alive, because that's where our musical tastes met. And so when he died, man, like he shortly before he died, he got to work with one of his all time favorite artists growing up. And so this was more or less like a tribute of like, man, fuck it. This is what he would have wanted me to do. And this is how I'm gonna honor him. And Tech Nine did the same thing with Eminem when his mom died. Like he needed that shit for his soul. It wasn't like, oh, look, I'm gonna have a big ass record because I got Eminem. It's like, nah, I want to work with Eminem. I need some shit that feels good. I need a good shock to my soul. Speed 'em?
Condolences to your pops, eh? Sorry to hear
Appreciate
that.
you, bro. I appreciate
Yeah.
you, man. Real. But you
Yeah.
know, that's what it's all about, man. It has to be driven from the heart, man. And that's
He sounds
when
like
you'll have longevity.
he sounds like a
Thank you.
G though. If he's a tech fan, that's crazy.
Right.
My dad was dope, man.
Yeah.
I learned how to rap because my dad would record local rappers at our house. And I was like 13, man, and I was just seeing all these cats coming over, man, from all over the place, from the Bay Area, shit like that. And I was just so impressionable. I'd come out every time they came out, and I would just start writing and shit. And then,
It's legit.
yeah, man, I caught the bug.
That's
And it's
legit.
fun.
And thanks for the
That's crazy, man.
transparency in that, because like even me, like all my friends are now getting married and doing all these dope things, and and it's just
Oh, she done disappeared on us.
We lost her.
She'll get it.
Osay.
She'll be back.
There she is.
There she is.
There you
my
go.
bad.
lost-
Sorry, someone's calling me. It's so my bad. But what I was saying is like my parents are Nigerian, so the expectation is you gotta be a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant. Like that's their idea of
Niger.
success.
Artist is not in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
A rapper wanna be Beyonce, girl, bye. So like even my mom doesn't really know what I'm up to. So I would think about how much easier my life would be if I was just an accountant or doing something that they would want me to do. And me pursuing this is so against the grain. But hearing you say your story and saying like you've already sacrificed so much, if you give up now, like it's all in vain, which is so true. So true. So much I've given up for that. So I just really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, you ain't gonna give up your baby, man. That's your baby. Like that's fuck, man. It's a job. It's a job, man, and you can't like people. Yeah, tons of people just give up and be like, I got to join the real world, and there's nothing wrong with that. But and it's tough. Like one of my other peers, one of my mentors, like he made this analogy. He's like, I woke up one day, I looked in the mirror, and I was like, I realized I'm a 30-something-year-old rapper, and like how hard that is to tell people, man, at times, and it's pressure, bro. It's
Wait, but they say 30 is the new 20 though with this generation.
I fuck with that. I'll take that. I'll take that shit.
Well, let's hope 35 is the new 25 for us.
Let
There
me
you
fucking
go.
do.
Hey.
Perfect example, Griselda.
Facts.
Griselda. God damn it, that's all you need to know, man.
There it is. There it is.
Beautiful, man.
Man.
But how old are y'all, by the way?
35.
35.
26.
I'll be 26 in 4 days. My birthday's on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Hey, happy birthday. Pisces love you.
man.
Wait, are you Pisces or not? You Aquarius?
Pisces.
I'm Aquarius. But
Okay.
if you want to give me a nice birthday present, I'm dropping a video on my birthday. R&B. I know you guys are rappers, but if you want to get in some R&B, tune in my video, give me the thumbs up. That's my birthday present. I'll accept. Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good song. You talk about Night, right?
Yeah. Talking about Night. Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
Night's dope, bro.
Yeah.
How old are you, all say?
Oh, 26. 26.
Okay. So y'all been on the internet a minute, and now you got some knowledge behind you. You know. Like,
yeah, man, this is good.
You're in a great spot.
That's basically the point of all this was just to do that. Basically, just what happened there, man. That was what we came to do here. Really.
I seen the lineup for this podcast. I'm like, all right, me and Osay about to take the back seat, not say too much, and just listen. Just listen. We're in school, right? Listen to the OGs here, and that's what happened. So this was good.
Right.
That's what's up, man.
We'll kind of close out a little bit. I just want you all to give some call outs or shout outs to your fans or people that are working with you that you want to give just a little respect to. So, Hiway, you take it.
Hey, first of all, much love to you guys for doing this. I think you guys executed exactly what you were trying to do about getting different artists at different stages. I think it went well, man. Shout out to y'all for creating this kind of platform and working with times and shit and linking people together, which is crazy, man. That was a huge honor. Shout out to my my group, the Gas Station, TGS. You know what I mean? Hey, that's dope. Doe the Unknown and Benjamin Brandon. Those are my squad. Shout out to Bray Nicole. That's my squad too. Man, shout out to the woman that I sacrificed this music shit for. Shout out to our daughters. You know what I mean? Shout out to my homie Knack One. Shout out to my whole community, fucking everywhere, radio, everything. Shout out to everybody trying to fucking be in this game because they love it and they wanna contribute to it genuinely. You know what I mean? I guess that'll be it, man.
Your community does love you, man. Like when
Yeah,
I shared that story,
engagement, bro.
you and Buggy have probably the two top engagement on our site. Really, just some fan engagement from your shares, like and the tags. Like they love the Humboldt County stuff. All your Humboldt people, man. So you got some good fans. So
What's up?
yeah, that's what's up. Osay, you got shout
Dang,
out.
no, gang. Shout out to I want to give a huge shout out to, first of all, Free Radicals Media, LA Paragon, Damaka. Those are the crew that I'm kind of working with. So big shout out to them. Shout out to y'all, Lyrical Rap. Y'all are freaking fantastic for even setting this up. Boogie, Hiway, thank you so much. Indie Music Feedback, they've been really, really helpful in terms of just, creating a platform for musicians to connect. Shout out Sosa, shout out Trey, Sincere, Remy Lacoon, just so many dope artists that are on the rise that I see and get to be around and I'm constantly being inspired by. So that's my little plug.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Buggy.
Yeah. All right, man. Shout out Mad Studios where I record my thing. Shout outs my engineer. Shout out my brothers Dallas Dawson, Levante Jerome. Shout out Black Diamond Classics. Shout out
And shouts out
the MC. Man, I know I'm forgetting all kind of people. Hey, shout out Candace.
Hey, can I just say one thing real quick
like,
though? Shout out to Buggy for wearing that Lyrically Rap drip right there.
That's what's up, man.
Shout out Handhef. I'm trying to think of some names.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Handhef, I got in there. Yeah.
Yep. You're about to get in trouble with that one.
But go ahead.
Have less people mad at you after this comes out, the better. You know what I mean?
That was the only person that mattered right there, though. That's the only person that matters.
I mean, the only thing I want to say at the end of this is thank you all. This was amazing. It was everything we thought it would be. Y'all are great people. It was great to talk to you and great to get to know y'all. For real.
Yeah.